Hey everybody, it's Romania Black. We're on episode 17 of Banana Fish. We are one episode away from being three-fourths the way done with this show, and I can't believe it. I'm kind of in denial because I don't want this show to end, but at the same time, it's one of those things where it's been months going on this journey, so I'm like, okay, what are we doing now? I did look up Lo the Poor Peacock, and this is really, really interesting. It's by F. Scott Fitzgerald, so we're back to Fitzgerald, but the tie-in to the last episode is really neat. So F. Scott Fitzgerald originally wrote this story in 1935, but couldn't find a publisher that wanted to publish it, so it just kind of sat there for 40 years, and finally Esquire, who published a recent entry from the last week's episode, Esquire published this story as well in 1971. So it had a shelf life and then finally got published. But it's about Jason, who is an investor that lost his money during the Great Depression. His wife is in the hospital with heart disease, and so Jason flees with his daughter Jo, who grew up in France in a different country. And even though Jason and Jo are father and daughter, their relationship is very strained. And Jason tries to find different businesses and tries to get some money started back up, but all of his business ventures fail, and he becomes extremely depressed and downhearted, and he eventually considers suicide. And then the story ends as he's about to commit suicide. The school that Jo is at calls and says that Jo has been expelled, and Jason views this as an opportunity that, oh, no, wait, my daughter needs me. I can't kill myself now. I still have to help be with her and help her move forward. And so he decides to live for her instead. So it's a really very bizarre story, but it ties in really well with the last episode, I thought, because one, you've got Jason, who I think is a good representation of Eiji, and Eiji has lost Ash. Ash is in the hospital, not with heart disease, but has been seen as dead, and I picture Sing as a good representation of Jo, even though Eiji and Sing are not father-son by any means, but Sing is young and impressionable, kind of like Jo, Jason's daughter, is, and Jo being from a different country, Sing is Chinese, there's that cultural barrier there, and their relationship is quite strained because Sing wants to fight Ash and Eiji wants to save Ash, so their relationship is strained, much like Jason and Jo's relationship is. And at the end, much like in the episode, Eiji was pretty downhearted. He's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do now if Ash is gone. And not that Eiji was suicidal by any means, but he didn't know what to do. And Sing is a good representation of Jo, in that Sing needs to know the truth about Shorter. Jo needed Jason to help her move forward in life and mature as an adult. So I thought it was a nice parallel to the relationship in this situation of Eiji and Sing being together last episode, kind of like Jason and Jo, and then Ash being stuck at the hospital, kind of like Jason's wife. So I thought that was a really interesting, that's my interpretation of the parallels between last episode and this episode. Michelle Ali, I put her name up here on YouTube, also pointed out something really cool in that Arthur and Jitlung have both been, I've made comments about this and people in the episodes have made comments, they have physical characteristics that are similar to Ash and AJ. Arthur and Ash both have blonde hair, they both have greenish or light grayish green eyes. AJ and Jitlung have been told that they look similar, but they're kind of counters to each other, right? Jitlung is a counter to not only Ash but AJ as well, and Arthur is a counter to Ash. So thank you for commenting on episode 14 with that, because that was really cool. I liked that parallel a lot. But anyway, so episode 17, Ash is now looking for AJ. Thank you. I'm glad. It's been too long. It's been 14, 15, we've been 3 full episodes without Ash and AJ together. I'm having withdrawals. I need, other than the OP and ED, I need to see these two together. So I'm hoping that Ash finds AJ, and I hope that now Sing has hopefully talked to AJ and figured out what the deal with Shorter is. Although that does worry me a little bit, because that means that AJ would have told Sing about Banana Fish, and Jitlung made it very clear in prior episodes that that's the one thing he doesn't want Sing to be involved with. He's like, once you get involved with Banana Fish, and it's true, you're involved and it's hell. And so he's like, I don't want to drag you into that same boat. But it's AJ, and AJ doesn't know these things. So he's like, yes, let me tell you about Banana Fish. And so, are you causing another conflict, AJ? But and now the Lynx is loose. Max and eBay are taking Dawson into hiding until they can break the case with Banana Fish wide open about him. Baron's dead. Golzine axed him. He was like, you didn't do what I asked you to, and you didn't trust me, so here you go. And the game's back on. The game is back on. I think I know what stage 4 of Banana Fish is. I think I have an idea, but I don't want to say anything yet. I want to wait this out till we get through episodes 17 and 18. I think I've got an idea, but I'm not entirely sure. But in any case, I hope you all have been enjoying these reactions. Thank you all so much for watching, and we are going to start episode 17 of Banana Fish. Hopefully my dog doesn't interrupt me. I feel like I sit down to do a reaction and he's like, it's time to play. And I'm like, where have you been the last 3 hours? So in any case, we're going to start episode 17 of Banana Fish. There's not an Aniplex opening on this. We're just going to jump right in here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay. Ooh. Heard from a reliable source, you say. Oh, I like your hoodie, Sing. And they're working with the 2 gangs. It's fake news! It's fake news! Yes. Oh my god. A reliable source, you say. Hey! Ah! Do I look like a zombie or something? Ah! Yes, good! We're gonna go help you. Ah. Oh! Yeah, don't tell anybody. Jeez! Hey! Ah, yeah. He's 14! Leave him alone! Yeah, why must you always be like this? Oh. Oh. Aww. Dude. Yeah, he's like 14. He can't control any of that. No. Little brat can't kill me. Well. Oh. Hurts not to be told the truth. Oh, Eiji. Oh. Oh! Yeah, that's right. We thought you were dead. That's right. Oh! That's all I needed. That's all I needed. I just wanted them to make up and see each other and the hug, giving each other the hug. All I needed, Banana Fish. I'm like, Sing's 14. He's very, very impressionable, and you just making him mad. Like, I'm glad Sing knows the truth. I'm glad he knows the truth now, and that he's not going to. He knows that Ash had to do what he had to do, so he's not going to hold that against him. But it's like, you just tick him off. And I get where Ash is coming from, too. He's like, I don't want your gang to get in trouble and be killed because they think that something is, you know, they know all this information. That hug, though. That hug. That gave me life. I was like, I just wanted this episode for them to get back together and for them to have that moment and that embrace. I needed that. I need it. It's like that Chris Fleming joke. I need it. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh, bold. Yeah. Dragon Moon, what are you doing? Went to all this trouble to make this big PowerPoint. Look at my Prezi skills. Uh-huh. Iconic destiny. Why are you telling him these things he already knows? Oh. What if I offer to get rid of them for you? Ah. Oh, snap! He's just gonna wipe out everybody. The deal with the devil, Dragon Moon. Interesting. I'm gonna talk about this. You don't understand. Eiji was really worried. Yeah, you're not going home. Yeah, that's true. No. Oh, Eiji! Eiji! Oh! Oh my gosh, I can't. Well, about that. So stop being mean, you know already. Talk about trust. That's a good question. What is he thinking? He's not a friend. Yeah, you probably ought to say that. Oof. Eiji, you were just talking about trust. You should tell him, so he knows. You are right to have a bad feeling. Oh, those flowers. Interesting. Oh. Oh, interesting. I love that they cut to that purple. It's the direct opposite of yellow. I bet you would. Dragon Moon! You're a New Yorker. I'm just a country bumpkin. Ah, yes. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Thinking of your dad there? You really like Stephen King. And Villages that Hate Outsiders. Oh, man. What a callback. Ah. Aslan. Oh, sunrise. The gym. For his eyes. Oh. Oh, Eiji. Being so sweet. Yeah, then why? That's hard. That's hard. Is he just nervous? Oh, there's somebody there. Oh my gosh. Next month? That's a long time. Yeah, something's off. Already in a crisis. It's the story of Ash's life. That feeling of being watched. Eiji! Go buy yourself some manga. Fine, I will. Oh! Oh. Just doesn't feel safe. You little baby. Like him eating all that gross stuff, but that mustard. Yeah. Something's not right. Oh my gosh. Does he not know about his brother? Oh. Oh. Oh, and it almost looks like red. Oh. Oh my gosh. Natasha. Oh. And then that cut to that with the ketchup on it. Oh. What a transition. They're just wiping everybody out. The fifth brother. Are you kidding? Are you joking? As a presidential candidate? Really? I just, have a 200 IQ. Just did this in my sleep. But the cactus isn't exactly... Okay, so an alkaloid plant like that. But it's not the cactus. Right? Oh, buddy. Oh my gosh. Max. Is this where our paths are going to cross? Because Golzine wanted Kipper and them out of the picture too. It's creepy. Yeah, very creepy. Oh, you're gonna run right into it, aren't you? Oh my gosh. Oh god, it's that guy from the OP. I was wondering if it was him. I'm like, is it gonna be that guy from the OP? I told you to wonder about yourself, you dang it. Ah. Oh, buddy. Oh. Yep. Blanca. Uh-huh.
引退したというのは本当らしいな。なぜここへ来たのだろう。お断りするためです。それにあなたのご依頼があまりにも意外だったので、この目で確かめたくなりました。歳月とは皮肉なものだ。我々には老いを意味しても、あの年
It means to grow.
成長を意味するのですね。
The longer he's been around him, the longer he's been around, the more he's going to get used to it. Oh, I thought you were going to decline it. Huh. Oh. He's like, it's a joke, right? No, it's not a joke. Yeah. I'm glad you're telling him this now. Yeah, why didn't you say it? Yeah. Ah, dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. You should. Mm-hmm. Eiji's like, but wait, what? Oh. It's so quiet like this last scene. Oh. Oh, honey. Oh, honey. Oh, honey. Oh, damn! The killers! I think my heart just stopped for a second. Oh my god! Oh. Okay. 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 I'm gonna need to collect myself there for a second. I had thoughts. I had things I was gonna say and planned out to say, and then that happened. Oh shoot. Blanca. Someone in the comments, someone on Patreon was like, yeah, that guy in the OP is gonna be trouble. Holy crap. So is he someone Ash knows, maybe? Or that Ash has met before? Holy crap. Welp. Okay. I'm a bit speechless, y'all. So that you're going to. I'm sorry if I'm taking forever to get my thoughts all gathered up, but yeah. So this episode, this episode was nuts. Lots of things happening. Dragon Moon. His plan from the get go was that he wanted revenge on his brothers, and he wanted to keep the one brother he gave Banana Fish to alive. To mask as a presidential candidate, that's so weird. That's so weird. Because I'm like, he's a shell of a man. If he gets like on a debate stage or gets around anybody, what's he gonna do? But that's not the point, I guess. But man, what a deal with the devil. Like Dragon Moon, Jutlung, your deal with Golzine. Golzine wanted the council out of the way, and Dragon Moon's like, I can do it. I want all of the Lee family gone, except for Luo except for Lu Hong, except for the one brother that's been given the banana fish. Like their wives, their kids, everybody out of the picture. That's insane. That's crazy. And that shot, it like looked like his hair was red and streaked like with blood when they shot his brother. It's like, oh my gosh. So Dragon Moon, like you're making a deal with the devil. I hope you don't regret it, because that seems like a really that's and then I was so I should have known. I should have known, because I was so happy when Ash and AJ reconnected at the beginning of this episode. I'm like, they're together again. There's these happy moments of them together. They embraced, they hugged. Yes. Banana Fish is like, well, here you go. You had this one 5-second moment. Now get ready, because we're about to go on another roller coaster. AJ wants Ash to trust him and makes that whole point about trusting, but then he hesitates to tell him about Dragon Moon, which is funny because you want Ash to trust you, but you're withholding information. But then you realize he's withholding that information because Dragon Moon made a point of saying, I'm going to target you, Eiji, because you're a weak spot for Ash. And Eiji doesn't want Ash to know that because Ash just told him he could stay. And it's like, oh no, that's just gonna make it worse. And Blanca was genuinely creepy this episode. Like the fact that Ash knew something was wrong and that someone was there, but couldn't quite pinpoint it. And then at the end, when you realize that Blanca could have killed Ash all along, like he could have sniped him then and there, but he didn't. That is terrifying. And my fear is that Ash is going to be on such a guard now, because he's like, crap, this assassin is after me that's really good and knows more than I do about sniping people and assassinating them. What am I going to do? That's terrifying. Like Eiji is going to be stuck in that condo forever now, because Ash is going to be like, you can't leave. Oh my god. Oh my god. That floored me. Floored me. I kept thinking something was going to happen to that senator at the end, but I was like, I don't know. And then just the fact that it was a snipe shot, and it's like, that's interesting. The banana fish is plant-based, that it's based off of that plant. And Dragon Moon makes a really good point of like, our family has studied poison for centuries, for thousands of years. We know about this stuff. And I've had to study it too. So it's like, okay, cool. That connection is all there. Gosh, the fact that they're hiding Dawson out and they're going to have to wait like a month before they release all this information is so worrisome. I'm like, now that Blanca is out there and it's established that he is sniping and trying to get Ash back to Golzine, that terrifies me, because he could go after anybody. He could go after Eiji, he could go after Max, he could go after eBay, and he's the one guy that has eluded Ash, and that's really terrifying. It seemed like maybe him and Ash had a past. I don't know. Maybe we'll get more on him if Ash figures out who it is, but he clearly has been retired and has come out of retirement to do this assassin work. But yeah, I'm terrified now. The killers. I wonder if there was a significance of the wine he was drinking be called Natasha. They seem to make a point of, I'm going to write that down real quick. They seem to make a point of saying that was the brand. Kind of like when Max had the specific type of whiskey that he was drinking in honor of Griffin. The killers. Ooh. Ooh. But yeah, um, and then Ash constantly being worried about Eiji, and seeing now knows the truth, and Dragon Moon's assimilating himself like basically to be the right hand man of the president. What the heck? And I liked this concept by Dragon Moon. That he's like, I'm wanting to erase family and get blood out of the picture. But his brother does make a point, like, whether you like it or not, you are still a Lee by blood. So you can destroy all of us, but that doesn't change who you are. Man, this episode ended a bit gruesome. I don't like where this is going. I feel like the JonTron meme. I don't like where this is headed. I don't at all. That nope. And the fact that Ash is nervous and AJ is AG. I think I'm getting closer to knowing that sense of false security is way gone. It's out of here. And these last couple of episodes have made me feel like things are getting more desperate. There's a sense of desperation in the air, like the getting out of the hospital, the whole thing of AG kidnapping Dragon Moon for a bit. Like, I'm not going to say it's a stage yet, but I'm just sensing this thick air of desperation, and it's palpable and terrifying, and I don't like it. I feel like there's been moments where Banana Fish has given us these big elaborate things happening, and you're like, oh crap, like AG getting kidnapped and the gangs and Arthur's confrontation. But this is quieter and more sinister, and just it's causing Ash to get desperate. Like, AG, you can stay. AG, you can't leave the condo. AG, like this, that, and Max, I'm coming to see you. No, I'm not. Like, there's this sense of desperation in the air as this mystery with Banana Fish gets deeper and deeper, and I feel like Dragon Moon is getting more desperate too. He's like, I want my whole family gone except for this one brother that we're going to use. I'm going to work with you, Golzine, and he's going to be a presidential candidate now. Like, it's things are escalating, but it's weird to describe it. It's like a quiet escalation. It's like this silent build, and it's just getting more tense, and the air is just getting thicker in the show, and it's I don't know. I commented a few episodes ago that since episode 14, the show has felt like it's slightly different, and I think that's what it is. It's that it's starting to build towards our climax of the series, and it's starting to just get slowly and slowly more and more thick and tense as the show goes on. Oh my gosh. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I'm going to have to think about this episode for a bit, and I'm going to have to research the killers and that Natasha brand and see if there's any connection there. But man, I hope y'all like this reaction. I'm not liking where this show is going, but what can we do? In any case, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Please stay safe and take care, and I will be back next week. Next week's the 3/4 mark. We'll be 3/4 of the way done with the series next episode. Godspeed, y'all. I'll see y'all next week. Bye.